Hi guys, I'm EVM, welcome back to the channel. Now, I don't normally do a kind of response to news video very often, but I thought this one was worthy. Effectively, it's been leaked that the government, and it might have been announced by the time this video goes out, is banning the sale of new car sales of petrol-only cars in 2030, which is only 9 years away now.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, we're near the end of 2020, which is a year.
Fantastic year.
Yeah. Quite frankly, 2020 can go itself. So, in the light of that and the inevitable multitude of comments that I'll get, and no doubt Daily Mail articles saying, we're all going to die!
That's it. There'll be enough electricity to go around.
And it's the cyclist's fault. I thought I'd do a video about it to try and preempt some of the inevitable questions about, well, is 2030 too ambitious? Plug-in hybrids is 2035, and I should point out again, it's the sale of new cars. They're not getting banned from the road. If you buy a petrol car in 2029 and December the 31st,
Yep.
that's right, isn't it? You can still drive it the next day. So basically, that's what we're talking about. Is it an ambitious target, or are we not
Realistic?
ready? Yeah, is it realistic? I think we'll break this into two things.
Yeah.
The cars themselves, the technology behind them, and the infrastructure. So we'll look at the cars first.
Yeah.
So
I think we've seen a gradual move away anyway, aren't we, from manufacturers?
They're already electrifying. Yeah.
Their current ranges and bringing new ranges out, which are electric only.
They're not stupid, are they? They're going to want to make money. They know what's coming. It's been on the cards for a while, so it's not like it's a... It was going to be 2035 and they just brought it forward 5 years. So I suppose it's a case of, I don't think the manufacturers are naive in this.
No. I wonder even if manufacturers are leading this. Is it the government? You know, you think, oh, maybe it's the government that are putting all this legislation in place. Is it the manufacturers going, actually, no, we're ready a lot sooner if you want to move that quickly?
Some are, I think, but some aren't.
Yes, some are.
I mean, I think that's the point in it. I am not worried about the cars at all. This can do everything I want it to, but I can charge at home. In terms of mileage, we're at the technological state where we can do 300-400 miles. It's just not cheap enough yet.
But that's only going to come down, isn't it?
Exactly.
15 years time, 10 years time, whatever it's.
Precisely. So, well, manufacturers several have stated that in 5 years, well, 4 now, we'll have price parity with petrol and electric vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
That's 2025. So by 2030, we should certainly.
Yeah. It's probably going to be more expensive to get a petrol by then.
And people worry about
supply and demand.
The recharge rates as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just been sent this by someone who has the Model 3 Performance on a version 3 supercharger. In fact, I'll put the picture up rather than show you it on here. 192 kilowatts, nearly 800 miles per hour at the speed of rip charge.
Crazy.
Now, you might think, well, that's only expensive Teslas on a supercharger.
Now?
That's now.
Yeah.
10 years from now, and when you think 3 years from now, the best chargers out there, excluding Teslas, were 50s.
Yeah.
And now you've got 150 standard. Porsche, should I say, doing, is it 350 theoretical, maximum.
Yeah.
Hello there. So if we've got the technology isn't the problem, the cars aren't the problem, the affordability won't be a problem.
It's the infrastructure. It's the availability, isn't it?
It's all about the infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we have to worry about.
It's a big worry.
I think. And I don't think it's an ambitious target either. I think this is easily achievable when you consider what's happened in the last 12 months.
Oh, yeah.
Take around here. 1 year ago, and I've said this a few times, the closest rapid charger to my house was, I think, 17-ish miles each way. One rapid charger. Now there are about 10 sites with about 3 or 4 miles. And that's in 1 year. And I know it's not enough to provide infrastructure for people that can't charge at home, but that's the massive difference given the current amount of EVs.
And it's only going to go like a pyramid, isn't it?
It has to go up together almost.
Yeah.
The more people get EVs, the more charging network there will be. So I don't have a problem with, is this possible? It's just the investment.
Yeah.
The government investment, the private investment is the key, I think, isn't it? You know, we're not talking like HS2 levels of investment.
No.
A tiny percentage of that would solve this problem in the next few years. It's all about the destination charging. I mean, let's imagine we can't charge at home. And for balance, you're here because you don't own an EV.
Yeah.
As well. That's why we're doing it like this. But,
Sorry.
Yeah. But ultimately, it's about. I mean, if I couldn't charge at home, but I could charge at all my places of work, that
Well, if you could
alone
charge,
is enough.
Yeah, if you could charge where you parked your car during the day. So if you drive your car to work, if you could park and charge.
Park there for 8 hours.
Shopping, that sort of, yeah.
The car is parked there for 8 hours at work, typically, innit?
Yeah.
Depending on what you do. So even a 3-pin plug would be more than enough.
Yeah.
It wouldn't need to be a rapid charger. A fast charger, a bit slow charger would be fine. And
As
that's
long
it
as you're
today.
putting more miles in than you need to do for the journey you've just done.
I think
should be fine.
that's the nail on the head for people who are unfamiliar with EVs. They want to fill their car up in 5 minutes because that's what they do
Well,
now.
they want to brim it, don't they?
Yeah.
And full tank, use it till it's empty, full
Exactly.
tank.
In reality, if you get 150 miles range every time you go to work, because it's sat there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
No, who does that in a day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very few. There are clearly some, and they'll be in the comment section, no doubt.
And I do 1,000 miles in 5 minutes.
Yes, but if every car park you visited,
You could charge.
supermarkets are key, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
If every car park you visited, if work car park, if you're at the cinema for 3 hours, you're going to get.
Well, if the cinema's open
120
again.
Yeah. If they open again, you're going to get a minimum of 120 miles on a normal charger, fast charger, not a rapid, for the time you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you're driving to a cinema that's 100 miles away, you're always getting more than you've spent getting to that car park.
Well, does there need to be, I mean, I don't know if there is already, but with modification and change into building and public areas, does there need to be more initiative?
Yeah. Government mandates.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do this 2-3 years ago? Every brand new house that's built should come with a home charger.
Yeah.
I mean,
The cost would be tiny
Not
if
a
you're
choice.
doing 100, 200 houses on the estate.
it shouldn't be a local council decision. It should be a mandate.
Yeah.
Every new car park or refurbished car park, basically something that requires planning permission.
Yeah.
You must have a minimum percentage of car parking spaces that have charging capability.
But I think it wants to be, it doesn't it, a percentage of the total. It'd
That's
mean that
where
more Range Rovers could park in those spaces and block people from charging.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what.
I mean, if you're looking at parking in a city centre or something like that, and if you know you can charge there as well, then perfect, isn't it?
Some of them have 16 bays.
Yeah.
Imagine that was 300 bay, or every bay.
Every bay. I don't even need to bet every other.
Well,
You could one or the other, can't you?
The thing that people got to remember that unfamiliar with EVs is you do not charge your car all the time.
No.
When we get 10 years from now, when everyone has got a minimum range of what on a new car, remember new cars are 300 miles are going to be bare minimum in it, maybe 250.
You might go 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're not going to charge every night. So if there are 10 million cars on the road, 10 million cars don't need charging
All
at the
at
same
once,
time
yeah.
any more than they do need refueling at the same time. But is it going to be a case of less people will be driving 10 years from now? But because they're priced out of cars in general, not forgetting electric. London are trying to do that now, aren't they?
I think we've already seen it, haven't we? Getting older ourselves, young people don't seem to be driving as much as when. I've got 3 brothers, and I'm the only one that drives.
Really?
Yeah, 2 of them live in central London, and 1 of them lives in Taipei. So again. Hey!
What's that? Why is my car singing a Man United song?
It's possessed!
I haven't even got premium connectivity. Where's this coming from? It's not Spotify.
Okay.
I've got nothing open on my phone, no YouTube. Spotify is playing Renegade Master by Wildchild
Wow.
at my house. So, what the... All right, fair enough.
I think we've seen.
You're going to see less cars on the road, which will ease the problem a little bit.
Are there going to be more automated cars on the road? I mean, car ownership as a complete.
As in like autonomous taxis.
Yeah, Johnny Cab.
Johnny Cabs. 2030, 9 years from now, on the assumption the investment's there, and there's certain government mandates, if you like, laws,
They
whatever.
need to get the finger out, don't they?
Yeah, and it's starting to happen.
Yeah.
If that is in place, I have absolutely no doubts at all that we won't have any problems, because it's not going to be petrol cars are banned in 2030.
No, they'll be there. I mean, you're going to have petrol cars for the next 20 years.
I think
easily it's
12 years, according to the RSC, is the average lifespan of a car.
yeah.
So that means that 2040 is when we'll start to see,
Yeah.
not disappeared, but when when they'll be the rare ones.
You'll have a weekend toy, won't you?
It's going to become like a horse.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
still have horses, even though they were replaced as a mode of transportation, 100 years ago or
Yeah, yeah.
something like that. And they were an ecological menace as well.
Yeah.
But now people still ride horses because they're fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Horses haven't
Are they?
disappeared, apparently. No, but ultimately, that's what the car will be.
Yeah, it's
Feel
gonna be
when
a toy.
The guy that's got the classic 1960s
Yeah,
Ferrari,
yeah.
that's effectively what the petrol engine will be, which in some ways is going to mean that the only petrol engine sold in solely petrol engine cars sold in 5 years' time, 10 years' time. So
Could be drivers' cars.
they're going to be proper. They're going to be fun only.
I wonder if this
Is that going to save
if the
the
new
petrol?
Yaris is just the
Or the GR Yaris?
yeah, it's just the start of things.
When they're producing something for, it doesn't have to be a mass transit vehicle. Not
Yeah,
for
yeah,
families.
yeah.
It's for fun only. I'm quite looking forward to that
it's
stage.
gonna be. Yeah.
Because it's going to mean that the EVs are going to take care of the infrastructure in terms of moving people around. That means the fun bits are going to be the ones, probably hybrid by then, let's face it.
Yeah.
They're going to be all that manufacturers produce.
Yeah.
So by the time we get to 2030, so there's only plug-in hybrids allowed by that point. No one's going to invest in the petrol engine then, is there? No manufacturer's going to go, let's start a new petrol engine development because in 5 years that's going to be banned.
Yeah.
They've probably stopped developing them now.
I wonder if that's going to get extended at all. I wonder if we miss targets,
If necessary.
or if manufacturers are just going to go, well, actually, no, we're not manufacturing them anymore.
Well, I think
It all joins together, doesn't it?
another thing as well, which is what other countries do. Because we're a tiny market compared to some.
I think we need to look at what America's going to do.
Well, China, Europe. Even if you look at Europe, if Europe are doing it in 2050, they're still going to be producing petrol engine cars. It's just they won't be sold here.
Yeah.
So there is an element of that, but I think most countries are doing what we're doing now. Some are even further ahead. So I don't think this is ambitious at all, to be honest. 9 years' time for the plug-in hybrids only allowed. Then 5 years later, just full electric. 15 years from now. 15 years ago, they didn't exist as a workable car, did an electric vehicle? So I wouldn't be worried.
No,
don't
worry.
From someone that doesn't have an EV,
Yep.
who's not got an EV on the market right now.
Oh God, I'm going to have to buy an EV, aren't I?
I know, yeah.
15 years.
I mean,
No, I would have one if it was one I could afford.
there's not one out there that's fun, is there, or affordable?
Yeah, I went for the hot hatch one.
Yeah, but 5-10 years from now, there will be.
Oh, there will be, yeah.
So, you guarantee in Daily Mail it'll be horror stories.
Oh, yeah.
What about power? Where's the electricity
Well,
coming from?
the entire country's just going to grind to a halt, and you won't be able to deliver any parcels or anything like that.
No.
Go shopping. There'll be no food in the stores.
There are lots of immigrants coming over because it's the Daily Mail.
There will be, yeah. And
that's
they'll
always
be taking our electricity.
So, yeah, I think this is going to be over-egged by the media completely.
Oh, yeah. It is, yeah. And the thing is, a lot of people will worry about it because they'll think it's going to completely change how they do. Well, it's going to change how they do things slightly.
It's a culture change.
Yeah, instead of having to go to a petrol station, you have to go out your way to, you'll just charge when you do something like go to work.
Or go shopping,
Yeah.
or go to the cinema.
It's going to be more, it's going to be easier for everybody.
People at home, as far as I understand it, it's something like 45% of people have off-road parking and can charge. Having off-road parking isn't enough. My mum and dad have that, but they can't charge.
Yeah, can't charge. Yeah.
So even if it's 40% of people can charge easily at home,
They could put. Could the council put it in though if money no option where they can park?
it's a myriad of solutions, isn't it? There's on-road
Yeah.
charging.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. Lamppost charging.
Yeah.
At work charging or destination charging. There's rapid hubs. They're mainly for me for either inner city or going along journeys.
Yeah.
So I think rapid hubs are becoming more of a thing now rather than you getting like 1 or 2 rapid chargers in a car park.
Yeah.
That's just because there's not enough EVs to support it yet. So I think what people are doing is going, wait a minute, if we went like that and changed everything to electric, there's only one charging in.
Yeah.
If there were loads of EVs driving around now, I guarantee you, BP and various other
There'd be
companies
loads
would be
of
putting chargers in to make
They'd be
money
going,
from
Hang
it.
on a minute, we could be making money here.
Exactly.
Captive audience as well while you're waiting.
The people that put the chargers in Skipton,
Yeah.
they said, as long as it meets certain criteria, we'll put them in for free for the council.
Wow.
Because he said, oh, well, the first 5 years we expect to make no money at all. It's a 15-year investment,
Yeah.
is that site, maybe even that charge. Then they expect to make. So it's a long-term thing at the moment.
If you build it, they will come.
Yes, exactly. It's yeah. So I think this is a storm in a teacup media-wise, if anybody's doing that.
and paid
15
for it.
years ago, smartphone didn't exist.
Yeah, yeah.
And now every person's got one, and you can buy one for what, 30, 40 quid?
Yeah.
That could stream HD video.
Yeah.
In the space of 10 years, not even 15. So I don't see why people are thinking, oh, that's not a long time.
Yeah, no, it's a forever, isn't it, in terms of technology and stuff.
I guess if this thing carries on or gets worse or something else comes out in the future, that might extend it.
Yeah.
But
COVID-20.
COVID 25.
Yeah,
2025.
Yeah.
It'll be something by then, won't it? If you think about, I know your mum who can't charge at home. It's not an issue, really, is it? Really, 15 years from now?
Not my problem. It's yours. Who cares?
Yeah. Right. So that's it, really. Don't worry about it. Quick video done. Because, life gets in the way. He's painting, and I've got lots of editing to do now. So
I've got the builders in.
you just can't help yourself. Can't help yourself. Right. So thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
See you later. Bye.